Hi everyone, so the Season 4 start Maxwell events have just concluded. We had a Season start hardcore boss race for the new Tormented bosses, and then we had the pit ladder. Since there's nothing in the game yet for any kind of leaderboards for the pit, we did it ourselves, and we had a lot of participation. I'm really glad with how it went, so I want to give a little shout out here to everyone who participated, and of course our moderators, without whom this would not have been possible. So here's our list. We had Basshead, Meow, Nyx, Symphony, Etoka, Nixie, and Ren helping out on these events, and also Kaleko here and there, one of my Discord mods as well, helping out with some things. So I just want to say a big thank you to our moderators who did, well, all of the work basically in, well, checking out the videos that people uploaded, making sure that everything is correct, putting them into our sheet here so it appears on leaderboard. We had over like 500 entries or so, some people even doing multiple runs, especially in the pit here. There was a lot of action going on, and I'm very happy that we had so many people participating. So even though maybe not everyone got to like the highest tiers or something like that, it was really fun to see the performance and also different builds popping up here and there over the duration of the event. So it was very fun to watch and to participate myself in as well. Of course, because both of these events were also open to hardcore, we were collecting rip clips. We have a lot of rip clips collected. This is really what I was in for, after all. We have our channels here on my Discord where you can find all of these. So if you're ever looking for any of those runs or the rips here, we have this clear submission channel and the rip clip submission channel where you can watch all of them. We actually went over this yesterday evening. We did some community voted winners for the rip clips as well, that I'm going to go over in a second as well. That was a lot of fun, but here also in the clear submission channel, like people were uploading their clears, and well, while the video board is no longer open, I guess people could still post their runs if they really want to show off what you have achieved. So let's go over the winners here for the two events, starting with the boss race, which is also the smaller one. We didn't have actually that many people, unfortunately, participating here. I heard from a lot of people that were trying to start a season on hardcore, but then they ripped somewhere along the way, didn't actually make it to the bosses or so. But we did have some people that actually finished all of them, and it was kind of interesting also just to play hardcore now with the cheat death potion removed, with the new goal of taking down Tormented bosses, for example, as like a target. That was really fun, and personally racing myself was really enjoyable. So I was actually the first one to take down all the bosses here, at least from what we know, but I was not eligible for any of the prizes, so I didn't actually win anything because I was hosting. But we had Condis, who was the first one after me, so he won the actual overall event, basically. After nearly 3 days, he was able to take down the last boss with his charge bash barb. So he was the first. We had a bunch of necromancers, actually. It was kind of close here. We had Deathdorm, Chronix, and Oogie Boogie, and Raka taking down either 6, 5, or 4 of the bosses. Beast in the Eyes was like the ultimate necromancer killer. We saw some rips there from most of these necromancers actually on Beast in the Eyes. That was kind of interesting. And yeah, that was kind of a close one here, but ultimately Deathdorm won this on the necromancer side. We had Sorks. We had one entry here from Glassjaw who took down all of them with an immortal firebolt Sork. And unfortunately, no druid whatsoever. So no druid made it there and killed any of the bosses. That was a bit sad to see. And lastly, rogues. So that was me, and then it was Kilka who also took down 1 on the bosses, and well, technically 1 the rogue, because we didn't have any other hardcore rogue actually submitting a clear in the first few days of the season. So congratulations to all of them. We have the prizes here. So the number 1, they actually all get a Blizzard sponsored Vessel of Hated expansion pack. So when the time comes, at least, they will get that for free with a key. Minus a druid, which we don't have a druid as a winner, but basically rank 1 per class gets this. The overall winner, which is Condis, also gets a 100 USD Amazon gift card sponsored by the Crimson Market. So congratulations to Condis. And then we had, well, mostly a few necromancers here that also win number 2 and number 3 prize, which is 3 months premium Maxwell membership, so ad free and all that. And well, we had my prizes as well. I'm going to go into later because this was for both events at the same time. I had some giveaways and the best rip clips. So this was for both events together. But yeah, GG for all the participants for the boss race. I really hope that next time we're going to do this, we're going to get a few more people, and maybe some people just like enjoy hardcore maybe more these days. Now that it has been out for a little bit, and now that we have played the pit a little bit, maybe people have a bit less fear of hardcore as well, hopefully. and we're gonna see more action there. But it definitely feels nice to see the hardcore community grow. It definitely feels like it's more lively than it used to be, and that's really nice to see. Now we have the pit ladder. So here we go. This was the big event where a lot of people participated. We had a lot of entries here, like up to 500 entries or so, some of them with multiple, and there was a lot of prizes here to give out as well. So for the prizes, we can go over them real quick. The number one in softcore, they all got a plate light base sponsored by Starforge Systems, and 3 choices of plate lights designs that go with them. So these are these things that basically like lights you can put in your rooms, like, you know, that kind of light. You can sort them out. They have like cool fancy designs as well. We can check them out here. So there's like really like cool, like, you know, like background decorations you can have basically. So this is what they're getting. Then we have the number 2 and 3 in softcore pit. They get a premium Crimson Market membership that gives them like loyalty points and also increases their chances for their next PC giveaway. Crimson Market always does regular PC giveaways, so they might even get some really big prize here if they get lucky. Then we have the number 1 per class in hardcore. This is a hoodie sponsored by Maxroll, so one of those from the Maxroll store. So they have already been sent out. And then we also had premium battle passes sponsored by Blizzard for ranks 2 and 3 per class in hardcore, and also a giveaway of 20 more battle passes to anyone in the event that submitted any run. So I actually did that the other day as well. I sent them out already. And again, lastly, the rip clips. So we can actually go through the top 1 of each of categories of the rip clips. So we had funny, deserved, undeserved, and heartbreaking. We had like a community vote. We were watching a lot of rip clips, and then we crowned the winners of these categories, which was pretty hilarious. And also last thing, I gave away a few subscriptions to my own channels here. But yeah, looking at the leaderboards here, so we had on the Barbarians, number 1, Do Not Hit Me with 139. Keep in mind, all the stuff is done without Holy Bolts Elixir, which we banned for this event. So kind of like anything goes for for your build or anything, but Holy Bolts was banned because it was buggy, or especially with the Necros and stuff like that. So we kind of left that out. But yeah, 139 from Do Not Hit Me, congratulations. And then number 2 and 3, Tofu Mod and our Korean friend here. Thorns, Flay, and Bash. We actually have 3 different builds here as well, kind of interesting. But generally buffs just being like really top performers, going really high in the pit. So those were the softcore clears, and for hardcore we had Oogie Boogie, Datmods, and Lao Main taking the number like 1, 2, and 3 here. So congratulations to these results. Then we had Druids. So Druids was actually kind of interesting, close race here as well. We had like a Chinese guy with Wind Daddy build. It was kind of funny. Some people call it that instead of Wind Shear, but yeah, Wind Daddy won. That was no surprise, I guess, with that build. We had Boiler, one of our Maxroll riders actually, going also really close to that. And we had another, I think, Chinese here that also played Wind Shear 119. So 121, 120, 119. Congratulations to those 3 guys in softcore. And in hardcore we had Garnet, who was actually kind of like going toe-to-toe with me. It was kind of funny. We were having like a little competition there on the last day basically, but in the end I couldn't beat him. I was number 2, but again I don't get a prize, so that goes to Silver Venom and then Cry Havoc. So those 2 also received the number 2 and 3 prizes. So congratulations. Then we have the Necromancers. Here we had another, I think, Chinese Golden Necro. Then we had Ground, and then here this is, I think, a Korean or also Chinese. I sometimes can't tell this exactly apart. With Shadow Mages. So we had actually all entries on the same tier here, pretty close for the Necros. There's another one on number 4 and 127 as well. So that was really interesting to see. Really close race here with those Necromancers. And also I think on hardcore was kind of similar. So we had Chronix as the hardcore winner, and then we had Sinitarku with a different build. So Chronix played Minions, I think mostly Golden Minion Necromancer, and then we had like a Thorns Necro, and they were both at 112, and then he was another 110 from Raka, who won the number 3. So congratulations. Then we had the Rogues. There was also a really close race. You see here there's also 4 guys all on the same tier. There's Morana, who gets the number 1. Then we have here our Korean friend, Number 2 and Mippy, also one of our Maxor riders, taking the number 3 spot, man. 134, that's pretty crazy. And again, here's like another one at 134, another Chinese. Really close race here with the rogues, so it was kind of interesting to see. For hardcore, there was not really that much going on, so I actually got the highest clear there, but again, I don't count. We did have some other people like pushing pretty high though. We had 112 here from our Chinese friend who got the number 1 win. And then we had Trumpet and Bile as well, getting the number 2 and 3. So this was pretty close here with 111 versus 112. And well, then we had more clears down here. And finally, the Sorks. So here we have Mikuna taking the number 1 with the Fire Kuna build. This is this Immortal Sork with Shatter. So there was like some Shatter tech that was discovered pretty late into this race that I guess not many people were able to play or gear up for because it's like some pretty high-end stuff. But Mikuna got 140 down. This is the actually overall highest clear in the entire event. And I had not heard of any other solo clear that went as high as this. So well-deserved victory here for both the performance and the build itself. And then we have a Chinese Sork here with also Firebolt and another one here, Korean I think, also with the Firebolt build. In general, the Firebolt build was just really like by far the best on the Sork, so we saw that like all the time. Immortal Firebolt is everywhere here at the top, as you can see, and then eventually those Shatter variants have been popping up here. And on hardcore, there was not really that much, but we had Glassjaw with also Firebolt beating me, who got the number 2 with Frozen Orb, so I did like a little push there with my Sork, and then we didn't really have that much on the Sork going on. We had like actually one more guy who won off the Rip Clip categories, the most undeserved Rip actually. He was pushing for hardcore Sork and died to a bug, so that was unfortunate, else he would have probably gotten some nice competition here for the number 1 spot, I hope. But it is what it is, and that happens on hardcore. But yeah, we had like 2 more Frozen Orb Enjoyers at basically number 2 and 3 with My Way to Play and this guy. Yeah, so this is what we got here for the winners for the events, number 1, 2, and 3. We had, of course, like a lot more, and you can also all watch these videos here. So everything is a video link, so you can open these if you want to see any of those runs. You can click on them, and here you go. You can, see what's up, see what they've done. Maybe some people even show their build at the end and so on. So it's all linked here. Everything needed video verification. So this is kind of like the advantage of having the leaderboard as well. We can actually see what happened. So it's just kind of cool. I've already done the process of reaching out to most of these winners. So I've actually sent like all these codes already and most of the other prizes and so on. There's like a few things I still have left to do here. I spent a bunch of hours like yesterday and today working on that. And finally, let's do the Rip Clip winners here. So we had those 4 categories: the most undeserved, the most heartbreaking, the most deserved, and the funniest. So the first rip was here by Vlad, or Toy Tiller. He was streaming this actually, and you see him here, he's playing Firebolt Sork Immortal build. And for some reason, his flame shield just falls off in the middle of the animation, or like in the middle of the duration. For no reason whatsoever, really. I've actually bug reported this. But this was the most undeserved Rip Clip winner here. Very unfortunate. Then we had Raka here with the Necromancer Rip at 99.9. So this looked like this, which I also found pretty funny, to be honest, because the Corpse Tendril like 10 rafts into the same spot and then got absolutely annihilated by them all hitting him at the same time. So it was great. Well deserved. Then we have Frauda here. This was the Tormented Andariel fight. So here, no fucks given, just dash straight through the beams, and eventually he died to like all the incoming damage later on in the fight. So here he just dashes through them and gets his stacks, and he dashes through them again, gets another stack, and well, here we have it at the end. So just kind of like true reckless gameplay in my opinion, and he won the most deserved Rip category. So congratulations to that. And lastly, we had the funniest Rip here by Gasman. So he was playing a rogue, farming Nightmare Dungeons, leveling up, and then he got into this situation, got walled as he was trying to dash behind him, and got blasted by those meteors. So that was really fun. All of these Rip Clip winners won $50, sponsored by me. And yeah, we appreciate your sacrifice, guys. Those Rip Clips are always amazing. And that also sums up the event here, guys. So hope you enjoyed it. That was the pit ladder and the boss race. As I mentioned, we have all of them listed here. They will not go anywhere. We have this events page here on Maxroll. There's more stuff to come. We have some big plans for more stuff in the future. Maybe not necessarily in the same size or whatever, but we want to do a lot more events in the future. And let's see what comes out of that. And if you ever want to look for any of the old events, the old leaderboards, you're going to have the archive here where eventually I will go to. And you can always come back and check them out. So hope you enjoyed my little summary here. Hope you enjoyed participating in events or just watching it, following along. Or maybe now you felt motivated to try to push the pit and see if you can beat those guys or so. And maybe you're going to do some more in the future, as I said. Maybe another pit ladder. We'll see. Hope you liked this. And I'll see you guys next time.